This might be a long video and I'll be talking too much, but let's get it. Hello people of the internet, how you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new video. So today I'm going to be talking about the golden age of Nigerian streetwear, or the golden age of streetwear in Nigeria. Again, as we all know, Nigerians are known for their intelligence, their beauty, their wealth, and also their impeccable fashion taste. And this fashion taste has been there even before the white people came, even before the British came. As you all know, Nigeria is a melting pot of 300 different cultures, and they all had their different style, different taste, unique way of showing off their sense of style. And when the white people came, we also had the Western influences on our dresses, and we had a way in which we incorporated that to our traditional way of dressing. And the modern era of Nigerian streetwear has always been tied to foreign influences. Even though we still showed our unique way of dressing, our traditional way of dressing, we still had the foreign influence there. And that helps us to make ourselves unique, set ourselves apart from other people. Even different tribes had a specific Western dress that they incorporated to their traditional outfit that till now it's part of their traditional wear. That was how impeccable and stylish and innovative Nigerian sense of style was. Now, the golden age of Nigerian streetwear can be called, or can be said to be, a period in which there was an equilibrium between the foreign and the local influences that make up our sense of style. And it was a period where our tastemakers were not, back in the day, the early 2000s, we always look at foreign music videos, MTV, Channel O. We used to look at what hip-hop artists were wearing, foreign hip-hop artists. But this was a period where kids were looking up to the local rising musicians, looking at what they were wearing, trying to incorporate what they had. And those artists or musicians, even though yes, they were looking at what their foreign counterparts were wearing, they also put in their unique sense of style. And also there was this period was also when certain locally manufactured or locally birthed brands or products were also at the forefront, or they were also popular. They had that boom, that hype, and like everybody wanted a piece of that. This was a period when social media was still on the rise. We had Facebook and BBM at the forefront, where people could socialize, meet people, message and chat. Twitter was still growing back then. Twitter was out there, but it was still a small space. We still had Twitter jail back then. Then Instagram wasn't there. So flexing culture was out there, but it wasn't as big and, how would I say, as big as it was now. Flexing culture wasn't really there. I mean, people used to flex, but people weren't like flexing solely for the gram like how people just do nowadays. You had to wear your outfit, you had to meet people to show that you were rocking what you were rocking. So we can't talk about the golden age of Nigerian streetwear or streetwear in Nigeria without talking about the pieces that made that era what it was. And so for this video, I'll categorize these pieces into tops, bottoms, footwear, and accessories. Now for the tops, we have the graphic tees, and these aren't just graphic. Yeah, we know what graphic tees are, but these graphic tees were everywhere. It became so popular that its accessibility was what made it die out. But I'm talking about the "My Money Grows Like Grass" t-shirts. You guys know, if you were around in that era, we'll have a lot of youngins around now, but if you were present during that era, you know how big those t-shirts are. We had the "My Money Grows Like Grass," "I Met Your Mom on Facebook," "No One in City Got Swagger Like Me" t-shirt. They all had those words printed on the t-shirts with a little bit of graphics like the grass or the Facebook logo. Those t-shirts were highly influential and part of that era. And we also had the "I'ma Keep Keep" t-shirts with the word "I'ma Keep Keep" in the Facebook, in the BBM text, I think speech bubble text. Those shirts, they were influential because there was a time before it became so popular, people wanted that shirt, and it was everywhere. It was everywhere, and it died out because, as we know how classist people are, and once the common people start wearing something and something becomes more accessible, it becomes less inviting to the elites or the big people. So the My Keep t-shirts, the My Money Grow Like Grass t-shirts, where I would say the foundational pieces, or the building blocks of your outfit during this era. Next on the list is a top, is an outerwear, and it is the sleeveless denim jacket, or back in the day we call it jean jacket. Anyways, the jean jacket was another influential piece during that period. It was made popular by Davido, and that was why I'm talking about, where local artists, local performers, local influence was gaining traction, and kids were looking up to, they weren't going to googling or searching for what's Lil Wayne wearing, even though yes, he was still influential with his truck fit pieces back then, but they could see someone down on the ground in the local scene, and they could relate to that person and take styling cues from that person. So the jean jacket era, that day, man, that year, everyone, there was a time like this when I went out and everyone was wearing a sleeveless denim jacket. Well, another thing that made that piece, very stand out was, there's this picture of Davido. That was like my introduction to the sleeveless denim jacket. There was this picture, promotional picture, it was back then when he's always smiling with his dimple, like, that time, and he was wearing this sleeveless denim jacket. But what made it very distinct from the denim jackets you see, that he used the Ankara, he infused Ankara pieces onto it. And yes, we know how Ankara is played out now, but back then, that was what made that piece stand out. I had my guys were buying fabrics, Ankara from the market, taking their sleeveless denim jackets to their tailors, like, guy, do it like this, do it like this, do it like Davido. And that made it boom. Honorable mentions that I'll mention about that era are the varsity jacket, but I won't consider that as because varsity jackets are now popular today. It was just popular during that era because, again, there's this Wizkid picture of him wearing it. So when people saw, kids saw Wizkid in that red and white, I still remember the colors, and he had this Jesus piece on. When kids saw that, people were trying to get varsity jackets that time. But I'll put it as an honorable mention and not like a foundational part of the golden era. I won't categorize it as that. It's an honorable mention, but nah. On to the next one are the bottoms. Now for the bottoms, like I said in my what I've been wearing video, I have issues with getting pants for myself, so I wasn't really interested in what people were wearing, the trousers people were wearing, the pants people were wearing. I mean, if I had a good pair of jeans or 3 good pair of jeans, I just wear it. I wasn't specific, but there were pieces that were part of the foundational era. I call it the golden age foundational era. You get what I mean? And the first piece I'll talk about is I hated it even when it came out, but it's still what it is. It's the carrot jeans. And the carrot jeans is a piece of denim, but it is tapered at the end. It has this elastic band on the end, and it looked like joggers, but it was denim, and they started calling it carrot jeans. So if you go to the market, like, guy, you won't buy carrot, you won't buy carrot. And again, it was made popular by Davido. I remember he wore it in his Damiduro video, and boys like, carrot. And people were just going to the market to buy their carrot jeans. And when I saw that, I was like, I never liked it, because I don't know, it was giving me Chelsea fan vibes. Okay, yeah, so the Carol jeans was another influential piece. People, again, as people were wearing the sleeveless denim jacket, people were going out to get the Carol jeans. And the next one will be the Vickers pants. I don't know what is, I think, yes, I had a pair of Vickers, so the name is actually Vickers pants, but it's this khaki trousers that was popular around that time. I never wore it much. Again, I was just wearing jeans, denim, any denim I had, but I had one because of how popular it is. I went to the market, I won't buy Vickers, and a lot of young boys were wearing it at that time. That was another influential piece in my head to me. Again, I'm not really a pants guy, but if you know another foundational, a golden era piece, please go down to the comments and let me know about that, and I'll check them up, please. Thank you. Oh yeah, I remember Ankara pants. Who remember that time where boys were wearing Ankara pants? There was this time where people were like mixing Ankara. Yeah, you'd get, but they were trying to, like, Ankara was streetwear, you know, it was cool. They were mixing it with the foreign shirts and stuff, so boys wear maybe Ankara pants with sneakers. Even before it became, I know it's not a popular thing, but back in the day it was kind of cringy. But there was this artist, Black Magic. Yeah, Black Magic was the guy that was always wearing Ankara pants with his like big beads and t-shirts, and I saw young guys were trying to copy his style. That's another foundational piece. Yeah, Ankara with sneakers now is acceptable, but back in the day, I think, yeah, it was cringy, but people found a way to make it work. And off to the footwear, and this is another period where I wouldn't say footwear was a big deal, but there was one particular shoe, man. That shoe, if you wore that shoe, a bad guy. Like, that shoe was a mixture of big man, small man. It was just like an everyday shoe, but you were still nice with it. And I'm talking about the Toms. Yeah, I used to call it Jackie Chan shoe because, you know, back in all these Chinese, you know, martial arts movies, they wear this specific kind of shoe, and that was how the Toms was. I never owned one because it looked funny, but that shoe is like, it needs to be in the Hall of Fame. It needs to be in the museum. They need to put that shoe in the museum. Like, the Toms was, I would say, the introduction. Like, I think back in the day, if kids were trying to get into streetwear during that era, they had to get the Toms. Like, that was your go-to piece. That was like your Jordan 1s, you know, your first piece of big guy, you know, influencer footwear. A lot of people had the Toms. The Toms was that shoe. I never had one because, again, I'm kind of weird when it comes to like picking things. When I see a lot of people wearing something or doing something or liking something, I just tend to hate it. It's not me. Okay, out of topic, but I don't like football or soccer. I don't like it because a lot of people do watch it, so it never got interesting to me. Okay, back to the shoes. The Toms, the martial arts shoe, was that shoe you had to have. It just had a like piece of canvas with us. It was a little sole, but it could work. You just slip it on, no laces or anything. Just put it on, wear your Vickers, wear your Carol jeans, wear your keep your shades, put your cap up, and you're a certified G. You're looking good. Then we have the Supras. Now, the Supras, I'll try to put that in honorable mentions because it was popular, I mean, in the West before, like, Nigeria. Like, the main influencer for the Supras at that time was Ice Prince. We won't lie. Ice Prince came out with his Oleku video, and that was the time Ice Prince was reigning. He even had that kaftan look with his aboki side. That trend didn't pick up well. I mean, people tried it, but it wasn't everybody that could do it with the trying to look like, you know, a Hausa guy with the kaftan for parties. But that aside, the Supras was another big stay. It's been my honorable mentions because it had a more Western backing before it became a mainstay in the Nigerian scene. Then the next shoe is the Moccasins. that was the name that he called it. That was the name my friend told people that had it were calling it moccasins. I don't think it's moccasins because I've seen actual moccasins and they don't look alike. So I'll put the picture up. But that shoe back in the day, like it became there was a hierarchy when the Toms became more popular, you know, became more accessible, like the Keep t-shirts. Then people trying to be unique or trying to separate themselves from the rest who started wearing the moccasins or the Supras became accessible and common. Then it was the moccasins that were in it back in the day. So these three footwear, these three shoes were, I'll say, the foundation members of the golden age of Nigerian streetwear. So now we've done the tops, we've done the bottoms, we've done the footwear. I'm just cross-checking my list. Now we're off to the accessories. I'll first start with eyewear, and the eyewear I'll talk about is the Burna Boy shades, the round goggles, the circled lenses, whatever it is. I still call them the Burna Boy shades up to now, even if I say it that time. That was when Burna Boy came up with his Like to Party video. I'm going to like to party. I can't put the music up because of copyright shit, so you know the song I'm talking about. So that video, during the video, he wore these shades with the chain going around, and it became an instant hit. Everybody was like, Burna Boy shades. The market quickly took up on it and everybody wanted the Burna Boy shades, and it was so popular. Next we have the Shambala. I don't know what, I think that was the name. I don't know if that was the general name or that was the name Nigerians gave it, but the Shambala was it definitely. I know it should be part of the honorable mention, but it's still part of the foundational piece because a lot of people were looking for Shambalas that time. I remember the pink Shambala was trending because guys wanted to get it for their girlfriends and stuff like that. I had one Shambala, it didn't feel well, it was always coming loose, but that was another era. Then we had the G-Shock, and yeah, the G-Shock, the Shambala, like that was how people used to ice their wrist. Now I know a lot of you be saying, oh, you're talking out of nostalgia, or you know, you don't know what you're talking about. But the question is, before that era, and that era being 2012, 2014, 2015. Now before that time, what were you wearing? Like, ask yourself, what was I wearing? Who inspired the outfit, or where was the inspiration for the outfits I was wearing coming from? I mean, international, like big brands or foreign brands were coming out. We had Truck Fit, and a lot of people weren't wearing Truck Fit. I mean, Truck Fit was hyped. I knew a guy that had a lot of Truck Fit, was even selling it, but a lot of people didn't really care about Truck Fit. People just wanted to look cool, and they didn't go above and beyond their means to look cool. They looked for where it was accessible. The market, people weren't buying online because the internet wasn't as big as it was now back in Nigeria. People were, you know, DIY was getting up. A lot of people, if they couldn't find what they wanted, they made it. If they saw what Davido was wearing, they could go to their tailor. That is why I call that the golden age, because that was when people were getting inspired from both, you know, the foreign scene and the local scene, and they were also, you know, putting their hands into different things, trying to create their own distinct look, trying to merge influences together. And as the era ended, you know, with the internet becoming big, Instagram coming up, Twitter blowing up, and the world becoming a small global village, you know, people start branching out to create their own brands, make their own t-shirts, and bring up a new era which someone in the near future will talk about and say, oh, remember when people were wearing this or wearing that? And that will be their own era when they were enlightened about streetwear. But as for now, that era, 2012, 2011 to 2015, will be considered as the golden age of streetwear in Nigeria. So guys, thank you for watching my video. Thank you for watching my previous videos. Thank you for subscribing if you're a subscriber. If you're just watching this video and you like what you see, yes, you like what you see, drop a like, drop a comment, also subscribe. It helps build the channel. And if you're part of the golden era, the golden age, comment your favorite pieces or the trends that I try to copy, or you know, things that you had from that era, and if you still have them. I know I don't have anything that I wore during that time. I'm all grown up. But let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Love you all. Stay safe, stay vaccinated, stay masked up. I know they say we should take off our masks, but man, I can't take my chances. I'm still going to wear it anywhere. Thank you guys. Love you. Peace out.